Fairview's coffee has mysteriously gone missing. Mayhem ensues when strange, coffee-craving zombies plague the city. Detective Mickey Potatoes, an overworked public servant, uncovers why ordinary citizens are losing their minds and how to stop the coffee apocalypse. But it involves the mafia. And when you're dealing with mafia crime families, nothing is ever easy. The mafia controls everything in the city, including the police, including him. If he breaks the mafia, they will break him. So, the city is without coffee. The city is burning before his very eyes, but he's powerless. Detective Potatoes has the power to stop the coffee apocalypse, but if he does, he could lose everything.
Yo, Pops Van Zant here. The Madness Comic Network is evolving into the Madness Roku Network. We're taking our stuff to Roku. We're joining great channels like the American Horrors channel. We're taking our stuff over there, guys. We love it over there. You're going to love what we bring you. We got some great shows, all kinds of different stuff. Come join the madness, yo. Madness Roku Network right here. Peace.
Hello and welcome back again to the Hyde Hermit Studio art stream. I'm your host, Hoy, illustrator, animator, graphic designer, and also voice actor. And here we are back again doing some more artwork as per usual. Coming up here on the 22nd to the 24th, we're going to be over at the Portland, Oregon for Rose City Comic Con is the case. So if you happen to be over in Portland, Oregon for that one, located over in the Oregon Convention Center, then actually Portland Convention Center, then we're going to be over there whatsoever. So let's go ahead and put on some tunes here and all that, you know, jazz, if you catch my drift. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. There it is. That's the classics. right there. That's what I want. Just straight up classics. So let's just go ahead and start working on some artwork. And then at around 12, we're going to do some commentary stuff on some 360 videos than anything else. Probably we're going to do it for Megaplex 2022 is the case. So we'll just go ahead and do just that. Boom. Look at that. See, we got some Garfield stuff here. And there's a thing that's in the way, which is not what I wanted. Boom. All right. Cool. That's what I thought. All right. Get that out of the way and stuff like that to make that work out. So we'll just go ahead and continue working on some wacky stuff here. That's for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for coming up here for Portland, Oregon. So we're gonna be with our friends Don Wen, Philip Jin, and Dave Law over there, and stuff like that. Which that's gonna be real cool, huh? What's this thing talking about? Let's go ahead and start illustrating here, shall we? No, I don't want to be in gray. There's no way. No way I want to be in gray. Don't want. We will take this down. Want. And then want. And we'll just go want like that. And then want. Because I've got to finish off this Garfield book that I've been working on. I've been talking about this for like months, and I had to redo it again due to the file being corrupted. It's a little bit upsetting and stuff like that, but it definitely, you know, it fucking sucks. That's for sure. It's just straight up shitty. Ugh. Just don't like it. Scrap. I was like, wait a second, why am I not illustrating? It's like, oh, because I had it on the eraser tool, so that's fine. Ugh. It's just bad. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. This is what I wanted. I was over. We recently. Oh, yep. What's up, boy? And there's also there's Pops. How you doing, Pops? What's going on with you? What is what's going on with Pops today? Just waking up. That's what we're doing. That's what's up. There we go. Yeah, we also got the Madness Network too. Did you know that we got our? Is the Kickstarter now open, or is it still for signups? Stuff like that. Is the Kickstarter released so people can start, or is it still for signups? I'm curious. I was about to ask about that. Ah, okay, got it. Oh, it is now live? Good. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, so if anyone wants to check out the Madness Network trying to get onto the Roku platform and stuff like that, please go over and check out that link over there over on Kickstarter for it's the Madness Comic Network Roku platform. We're trying to get on there. I think most likely we will. We'll probably get on there for sure. On classic Roku. Oh, weird. Here you go. Now we're gonna give Little guy, some little hands. There we go. I remember we made it into a long thingy. It's wild. Yeah, tons of cool stuff for backing our endeavors. Add tiers, bring in a new show tier. Yep. I'm excited. Bringing lots of cool stuff. Bring some cool peeps. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. That's what we wanted here. Get that out of the way. Sketch cards from 5 different R37 PDFs of different comics and physical tiers of art. Ooh. Look. And there's an Arch Messenger. How you doing? You're doing all right? I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been? Here, before you talk, let me send you an invite here. Oh, yeah? Let me do this. Boink. There you are. All right, let's go ahead and just mute that one. But you said you've been kept keeping busy, though? Ooh. Well, that's good. There you are. Oh. Here we are. Perfect. Yep. Yep. It should allow you. It should definitely allow you for sure. Oh, maybe. That is a possibility on that one. Yeah, try again. I think it's saying the device is not connected. Oh yeah, you gotta allow it. There we are. All right, cool. We'll add you to the stage. All right, perfect. And then we'll go back over the main one here. Done. All right. So yeah, how you been doing? Arch, what's been going on with you?
Been kept busy. I've been playing some games. I've been hold on to my shifts.
Your shifts?
Weird. Yeah, my shifts that kept me occupied with holiday stuff and.
Oh yeah, because the holidays are coming up, huh?
Yeah, since all that freight is kind of shipped to the store, and we have to place them in storage somewhere, place them in different locations where we can find space.
Right.
And what else? And I've been trying to edit this 2-parter video.
Oh, you're editing a new video?
I'm editing it's sort of I was trying to play the Finance of, and so I'm playing the first Finance of Freddy's.
Oh yeah.
I try to play on the PC version, but I kept getting like technical difficulties on my end.
Right.
So I decided to wish I didn't have to, but I had to end up purchasing the Switch version.
Oh wow, okay.
So I had to purchase the Switch game of that port, and so that way I don't have technical difficulties. So I was able to play that one fine afterwards. And,
right.
And been playing Vampire Survivors, Minecraft, and for art I kind of pushed off the side for a bit. But like I recently tried to make an art piece with what's called that VTuber logo things that I would see.
Oh, okay, right.
So I tried to do my own interpretation of how I would make a VTuber sort of branding logo.
I saw that. I thought that was actually pretty interesting to do.
Yeah, because like when I was looking at other VTuber logos, they have an interesting way of they would consider it as a logo. I could see it as like, I don't know, like that you see on your episode stuff for your art stream with committed comics, like those.
Oh, right.
If you see those logos up there, for VTubing standpoints, they'd be considered as VTuber logos.
Yes.
In that format. So when after seeing that, I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and try to do my interpretation of how I would draw VTuber logos, and not just the logo itself that I have over the years.
Oh, okay.
So, because I know they have their name, and I know that sometimes they would have Japanese or other fonts, other characters / lettering,
right,
alongside with their name, and then they would have some of the material, or at least some other elements that kind of complement with the logo.
Yeah.
Whether if it is like their clothing or some of the aesthetics, like with their backgrounds, that they just kind of make sure it complements the lettering or the font. And they would have to use different sort of illustration concepts to blend those together. And after looking at those logos, I was like, I think maybe like if I decide to reformulate sort of my structure of my streams, I might as well just have it there in future structuring of my layout. So,
that makes sense.
So I just have that right there, so that way it could be like your case, it'd be in that corner maybe.
Yep.
Instead of like, where to place it and such. So yeah, there's been a lot. It's been a lot.
So basically what you're saying is that you're like rebranding. Is that what you're doing?
It's basically refurbishing the logo.
Refurbishing it? Oh, okay.
It's not like completely new logo. It's an existing logo. It's been redrawn, and it has been blended and merged with other elements of the stuff that I have learned throughout those 4 to 5 years, and it just made it look presentable, a lot more clean and cartoonish, and whatever stuff that goes with it. So I'm glad I was able to kind of give it my take, or at least try to give it a shot.
Right.
Yeah.
See how that's going to roll with it. It looks really cool though. What else are you gonna plan with it? Like, are you gonna change anything like aesthetically in the stream itself, or what?
Like, similar to your thing, like it might be somewhere in the corner, but I don't know where I might end up placing it. I might place it maybe slightly above where my usual stream structure would be.
Okay.
and then I'll probably have like a border that's it'll be some sort of border that maybe I could use, sort of like how Meat Canyon does with his streams, where it has a sort of interesting layout of a loop animation sort of border. So like I might experiment that a bit. But other than that, like I just thought it'll be a fun take of trying to restructuring my stream format. I think that's because for a while, like I wasn't too sure what that sort of branding would be, but I'm starting to kind of getting more ideas as I go. But it has to be. But yeah, the thing is, I don't want to just borrow existing images for the format. At least I try my best not to. I try to, because with it throughout my years, I tried to experiment different borders or different images that I have drawn myself and placed on the stream throughout the years. So for this case, I'm trying to make it more immersive with something a little bit more different. Like I said, like maybe I might loop the background to have it move a certain way, or distort it. Or do some sort of thing of a loop that I can actually be able to use it. That kind of it makes it immersively, looks more alive on the background rather than just the plain background.
Okay. Like I'm not dead or anything.
The background is not just a wall; it's alive. It's like a Mario painting.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. It's definitely... Wait. With the mouse on the little ball toggle.
Yeah, like the Super Mario 64 like painting. It's like, it just feels like you're entering in there.
Oh, like when you see his face and you can stretch it and everything.
No, like like when you enter like each painting, like in each world. It's
yes.
like that.
Oh, okay.
It's like that sort of immersion. Like you're jumping into a different area. And maybe that might be a good way to request certain things.
Oh, okay.
I might change the format every single time.
Right.
Based on the requests. So like, like whenever I, like at the time, like when I have can change my color, like as a request, I might also do a similar thing by changing different types of backgrounds, where I could switch it at a time, like based on the request, and they'll say, "Oh, let's bring the stream format to life," or I'll workshop the title, but basically, it's just like let's I forgot what sort of thing you would call it. That, like, imagine like the Super Mario Wonder. Like
I haven't played Super Mario Wonder. And also, thank you, Quentin, for the compliments on the Fez. Thank you. This is the new rig.
Yeah.
That they put together. So yeah, using a program called PNG Tuber Plus is the case. That's done by a developer. Hopefully they'll add GIF support or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I hope so. But yeah, so for you, you're just kind of just pretty much like refurbishing everything and trying to like make that work out and doing it in a particular theme that you want to do it in.
Yeah, I wanted to make it more lively at the time, because like back then, like it is something sort of laid back format that I have done within the years.
Yeah,
but I wanted to make it more innovative with what other people have probably have done, but I wanted to kind of innovate more of how the usual structure for how a lot of people for streams would use and maybe have overlooked. So that's why, like, for the backgrounds, I want to try something a little bit different with that, and hopefully I could start doing something with that with backgrounds now, like I did with the coloring of my, with my avatar. Like instead of that, like including that, I'm gonna also do similar thing with it. Same thing with the backgrounds.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully people could also request like, a different, a different stream border or a different background, and it's a completely different theme as you requested. So it's like, I want this one. Cool. And I'll introduce it to those that might be watching streams.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. You look like you went to Morocco for vacation. Sadly, I did not go to Morocco, but it's my fez, and so I decided to change it up. And also, hello, Mighty Geek Studios. Welcome to the Hyde Hermit Studio stream. I'm your host, Hoy, and then we also got our special guest, Arch Messenger here as well, talking about refurbishing his brand on his streams and stuff like that. So that's what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm gradually trying to restructure my branding, refurbishing the branding, whichever way you may put it.
I mean, most people just call it like a rebrand than anything else.
I mean, it's technically a rebrand, but it's nothing much changed with the logo or anything like that. It's the same logo. It's just how I'm using it is different.
Right. Are you also gonna update your rig too?
I'm not sure about the avatar thing, because I still enjoy like my avatar thing, but I think the only thing that I might think, like I said, besides the background stuff, like I just feel like maybe I might work a little bit more of the animation.
Okay.
I might work more with animation with the logo stuff, like when an intro shows up.
Right.
Maybe if I'm doing a video, I could do it that way.
Oh, you probably could. I mean, you could probably change it up too and some of that with your rig. I mean, you can always update your rig all the time, especially on the one that you use now than anything else.
Well, I technically could, but the thing is, like, it has certain limitations. So I'm trying to separate the body parts. So, like, the half part of the body will still be the same. I might think about adding some new ones.
Right.
If I could replace it with of my old ones to add the new ones. But if not, I might add the new model doing new things, and it's going to be a completely separate thing. and the thing is, like, which is the reason why I want to do a separate body with the VTuber body is because, like I said, with my videos that I'm editing, I'm trying to do more scripting with I'm doing it certain bits and certain skits with my editing process.
That makes sense. If you want to keep doing that.
Yeah, I'm trying to innovate a little bit more with those type of ideas, and
like you're trying to create some new form of content is what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to do a little bit more different type of content, and it's a little bit more how do you say, a little bit more highly edited, focused for certain bits for this particular video for Five Nights at Freddy's, because for my other ones, I enjoyed those. Like, I had a good time editing them, and usually the jokes are not like as heavily edited. Like, I only did that with one video. Or sorry, I did that with one bit throughout that whole series of Block, and that one got the most attention. And
how was playing Block?
Been a while since I played Block, but when it comes to editing the video, it took some time and for me to figure out, like I said, with the thumbnail stuff and how to Photoshop things and which things to credit if I'm borrowing images.
Okay.
And so yeah, like one of them I just pretty much photoshopped existing brands of with the pizza tower thing. When I first did that, like I did that with Photoshop with pretty much from the same game, but I just included my art. Then the Block one, I pretty much done the thumbnails from scratch with Photoshop and kind of made it look like, oh, like it's something that I kind of photoshopped everything from the original stuff that people made, but at least I credit the person that originally made them. And so that way I just, you know, say, hey, I've made this Photoshop part of this existing work.
Okay.
Because this was like before, I think, AI art stuff and voice acting and all that stuff. That sort of kind of got more controversial. Yes. So that's why I wanted to do it more Photoshop rather than just like, oh, I'm just gonna do an AI thing. And
right.
And the thing is, like, AI could be, like I said, like throughout the years or throughout this year, not the years, but throughout this year.
Right.
It's a specific year when it was introduced and when I found out about it in a more YouTube-oriented mainstream platforms. I noticed that and I was like, oh, people are probably going to start using them or sort of thing as art. And and there's going to be different things of controversies left and right if people find out that's how it's been used.
Yeah.
And yeah, like people kind of made to be honest, like through the advances of AI, it kind of makes things a lot more complicated, especially with people in the industry, which I don't blame them for that, but at the same time, like since I'm not in the industry, it's kind of hard to relate to that if people that use AI, not just for their portfolio, but like they wanted to just do it for fun. So like when I seen that Scooby-Doo, like Finest at Freddy's parody, I was watching that a while ago.
Yeah.
And apparently they use, well, like everything has been made like by hand.
Everything was like handmade, but like some of the voices. So there were some voice actors that were in it, and then the rest was AI. But he ended up replacing that like anyway because he got like major bad backlash on that than anything else. Because
he originally used like I think some of them are AI, and then the rest was voiced by actual voice actors.
Yeah.
And or maybe he voiced them himself. Who knows? And there were certain discussions where it's like to be honest, like I didn't see anything wrong with the video as far as I knew that he's using it for fun. If he was using it as this, let's say, trying to profit out of it solely, then I would see it as an issue.
Yeah.
But since he says he's kind of doing it as a project that he had a fun time doing so, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's a similar thing with VTubers. Like there's some of them that use AI programs to be able to have certain rigs to kind of function on their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, those ones are fun, and if they're just doing it for the sake of, you know, trying to see how they work, sort of like, oh, we're just doing it as an experiment, or we're doing this just to make content out of it, not because this is my actual work. And
right.
Then that would be fine. Like I would care less about it. But yeah, if you're doing it as sort of like a thing, what Disney might be doing as of now with their, you know, they're trying to, like, I noticed this where like ever since, you know, the visual effects and everything with their controversy with their Marvel, what was it called? The Invasion, the Secret Invasion.
The Secret Invasion,
Yeah, because their intro is basically AI visual effects.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, since I've noticed it, yeah.
it looks like
But,
shit. It looks like shit.
yeah.
Baby's
And
first AI generation.
Yeah. And I think even after with that controversy, I think Disney cared less, and not only that they're actually opening positions for those that could work those programs for $900K.
Wow.
So I think they just care less, and they just think, you know what, this is gonna be a thing now.
Yeah.
And that made me think that I don't think it's gonna win that appeal as much further. Like, unless if they're doing, like, I guess animated feature films or TV shows, doing stuff like this with visual effects. And I'd be shocked if they try to use AI animations for their feature films now, their actual animation stuff. I'd be shocked, because like that would make me think, yeah, I think they're just not going to look for actual like innovation, or like, I guess they're trying to do innovation, but it's for false how do you say from bad faith.
Oh, okay, right.
It's for bad faith reasons. Like, they're not really like actually trying to say, oh, we wanted to give like a unique voice.
Oh, right.
And like, we want like an actual human to be able to say different things about it.
Yeah.
And it just makes it look like they just wanted just to profit. And
well, I mean,
and I'm just saying that makes it out more. It speaks louder now. It makes it even louder.
Yeah.
Like I said, like, making profit is a no-brainer, but I'm just saying, like, when it comes to, it makes it look like they really want to disconnect people or try to detach themselves now.
The way they're doing it, it's like it's quantity versus quality type of deal, and they just want to churn out as much content as possible than anything else.
And if they're gonna do that BS, try to do shorts, and I bet you people are probably not gonna watch it.
Most likely not.
Like, that's what they have to do is before even. The Secret Invasion story arc is way better than the MCU counterpart.
Yeah.
Which, I haven't watched the show, but like, at least compared to the new things that are about to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard Secret Invasion. I think that's the only bad thing I heard about Secret Invasion is just that AI thing. But the story itself, I heard it's, you know, I'm not sure how comparison it is to Loki season 2 or the Loki series or something like that, but I heard at least it's all right, or it's better than expected.
Yeah, like I heard that the Secret Invasion is like okay, all right, is what I heard. So
it's at least better in comparison. It's like, oh, this AI, like, oh, this is gonna be terrible. Because usually I know a lot of art has this sort of reflection or has a bad taste when AI is used, and it's like, oh, this is going to be a terrible show. So that's going to be like that first impression that you got from being introduced to the show.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. Like, with something that might be distasteful or just gives you a bad aftertaste, like, just by like, oh, this is I don't know about this show after seeing the visuals. But yeah, anyways, I've heard a lot of stuff, including little, Lackadaisy funded, like,
Yeah, I
2 million?
saw it. Yeah, at $2,008,000, Lackadaisy has raised up to. It's like, damn, like that's fucking.
I was like, well, let's start pitching shows online.
Oh, I don't even think they have to pitch anymore. But like, I mean, if they already got their money, then it's fucking gold on that one.
Yeah.
Which is great because I was like, that's pretty sick that they got their money, like $2 million or $2,008,000.
I'm
Hello
gonna say
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pitch your shows to us.
The only thing that was close to Secret Invasion comic was Adventures Earth Mightiest Heroes.
Yo.
This case.
Pitch your
and then
shows to us.
oh, seems like your mic is off.
My mic is not off.
I can hear.
Oh,
Mhm. Pitch your
Okay.
shows to us, people. We got you. We got you covered.
yep. It was me that was muted. Me the whole time.
I
So I
thought
didn't
that
want-
you muted. Yeah, I thought you muted him. It's like, oh, I guess he didn't.
No. It was me because I didn't want to delay on voices.
Yeah.
Is the real situation on that one.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I actually was like surprised with that, and I didn't like. I sort of realized it after, because I didn't want to say it of who was voicing one of the characters, because like I noticed like the name and I recognized it.
Yeah.
So
In Lackadaisy?
yeah,
Okay.
it's one of the characters, and one of the voice actors is actually one of the, I guess one of the not recurring characters, but like he's like in the original, like he, because you recognize him in Nostalgia Critic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's it's Malcolm.
Oh, no way. I didn't know he was a voice actor.
Yeah, like he usually does like voices like in his bits, and he would try to perform certain ways. So like whenever he gets, I guess like freelancing reasons, I guess like if something comes up, similar thing with like Red Letter Media with Mike and Rich Evans.
Right. Yeah.
Whenever they freelance like any lent their talents with voicing or any sort of fashion in projects, they could do so.
Yeah.
And that's after realizing, oh, so Malcolm like voiced one of the characters. That's cool. And it was confirmed, I think within last week with it confirmed my theory or suspicion of that. And because like
Yeah.
they were doing like an episode of Robin Hood,
Okay.
I think, the Nostalgia Critic, and there's like an after take or something like that.
Yeah.
I think in the end of that video, and basically like they're talking about Robin Hood, like, or talking about the topic in the introduction, saying about like, oh, what was it? What do they call it?
Right.
That introduction, it's like an introductory like furry crush sort of aesthetic.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I forgot how they call it, but like
A furry crush. Yeah.
yeah, so basically it's like, oh, like if you watch like an animated film or some sort of show or
Oh,
something
like
like
Sun-
that,
Oh,
and
it's
you
like
see like a first
Tsundere
show
or-
of some sorts, and then like you see a character in particular, and you're like, this character is strangely like catches your eye and has you. It's how you say, they call it, I guess, a gateway for it.
Okay.
It's sort of like an entry, like a gateway entry sort of thing of
Of that
being
particular
introduced,
genre.
of getting that sort of crushes on questionable characters that
Okay.
happen to be in sort of like, usually like the furry community would refer to as sort of a gateway.
Okay.
So like, oh, there's I don't know, Gadget from Rescue Rangers.
Oh,
You're like,
right,
oh,
right.
it's like,
With the
oh, like I had a crush on this character.
Oh, like a waifu type ordeal, right?
Sort of.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like one of the stranger ones that I never heard people would say, because like I'm sure like it resurfaces like on certain fandoms that kind of are in that main community within the furry community, and they're like, oh yeah, like Robin Hood, I forgot about that, and then they watch it and they're like, oh yeah, you know, like they have this sort of, there'll be certain like ones that would have a crush on like Robin Hood.
Oh, right.
And then they'll be like, oh, there's women that would have a crush on Robin Hood, and not even know that a show mentions that.
Right. It's kind of like the equivalent people's favorite character in the furry community would be Renamon from Digimon and shit.
Yeah. And then like and there's like a show, I forgot. I'm not sure if it's Kimmy Schmidt or if it's a different show. But
Sounds
like
familiar.
But basically it's that main actress. It says like, isn't it weird like if I say like I had a crush on like Robin Hood or something like that? It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That voice, that charisma, and all that stuff.
Right.
And that would describe like the reasons why that they have a crush on that character. So I was going off tangent. So like in this take,
yeah.
So in this case, like there's an outtake from Malcolm was saying like a certain outburst of a line that he says that's in the show or that in that episode. And then when after he delivers that line, and then he mentions something about like, oh, like you're sort of knowledgeable about, you know, I guess this terminology within the community, since I guess Malcolm is considered sort of in that part of that community.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, in the furry community.
Yeah, because he's knowledgeable about that stuff.
Okay.
Like, he's at least familiar with it, and then like he's like, hey, it's like, hey, like, what other reason am I chosen by Lackadaisy?
Yeah.
Like directly saying it, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Then put those two together.
You're like,
It's like, oh yeah, Lackadaisy like usually draws like, you know, like these type of characters that not like what Vizzy Pop would draw, but like I guess something like Zoophobia, I think that's what it's called, for a show. That was mostly furry based type of characters.
Yeah.
So like that made me think it's the equivalent to that, where I guess that show of Lackadaisy show was pretty much, you know, like is considered the more popular, like getting resurgence of that sort of acknowledgement, that sort of clout.
Right.
And
I mean, Vivzy Pop got popular because of the furry fandom, and then obviously, you know, that Lackadaisy definitely got popular because of the furry fandom, and stuff like that.
And I think that's like, at least it's good for them overall. Like, and it's a good thing that's, you know, you can get that much funding just from a pilot, and you're just like, oh, they wanted a show like this.
Yeah.
While like I try to help fund like a show for another, like these are the people that are sort of in between strikes or something, you know, within the writer strikes and all that stuff.
Right.
And like I helped funded a particular show called Boxtown. And for some reason, like when I funded the show, I think it was like $2,000 or something like that.
Oh wow, geez.
And so I funded that amount, and it changed from like, oh, it's just a standard show to, you know, like it's supposed to be like an adult show that's going to be online exclusively.
Oh, okay.
So like they were gonna do that, but then after adding 2K, they're like, oh, let's have Kevin Temmer like write some songs for us so we can have maybe some musical segments within some of the episodes. And I'm like, let's just focus on the show, everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have like certain, ways of how they promote the shows. Like the Lackadaisy one, I thought that was the most surprising. But when it comes to other cases, yeah. Pitching the shows would be difficult to trying to farm those out like within the community or trying to share those on a video. So I think those are the only way you could only do it is if you post it on maybe like Reddit or Twitter or other forms of ways to kind of have the community kind of look upon those videos, and you're like, oh, this is actually legit good, and all that stuff. You wanted to see like how much you could get that sort of resurgence of views and all that stuff. So that's why, like, when I was watching other shows like Monkey Wrench and Monster Lab and all those other shows, those ones specifically, like Monster Lab only worked in its own right, not because it's going to be like a huge popular show. It's just like it's because like the fan base of Meat Canyon, made his original series, and people are able to support that nowadays because. Like he'll be able to do his original shows in this part, and even if it didn't work, at least like he's able to get it all in.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I think that's the spirit of that sort of having that sort of passion for that. So whenever I see Lackadaisy and Boxtown and all those other shows, I just hope they have that similar mentality where I think the show would be a lot better like if people have a fun time making it, and not just feel like you have to have that sort of huge expectations for it, because I'm not sure how long the Lackadaisy production was made, so like I wasn't too sure about it, and I know from Boxtown like it's more of a pitch idea, because they don't even have a pilot yet. So I'm just hoping they could focus on the pilot primarily, and then they could pitch it some way in some form.
I see.
I don't know. That's just more of my take on what sort of way to focus towards. Like when you see like the show, when you see, Glitch Productions. I'm not sure are you familiar with them?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so they're the ones that made like Meta Runner. They made like that sort of robot, sort of assassins type of show.
Really?
I forgot what it's called. Like,
was it that 3D film about the robot assassins?
It was called let's see. Oh, Glitch Productions, that's what it's called.
Okay.
So, Murder Drones, that's what it's called.
Oh, okay. I probably have seen this then. I remember watching a little bit.
So there's Meta Runner, there's Murder Drones, and then there's Sunset Paradise, which is more of an obscure series they're trying to tie in with their channel SMG4. And then there's another show called Digital Circus that's an upcoming project.
Right.
And it's created by Gooseworks.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with that animator or...
No, I'm not.
Okay, so they're basically the ones that had done covers of songs, and then they also have done a few single projects.
Right.
One of them, because I think you might be familiar with this one in particular, like they created a show called, or they created a an animated. It looks like an actual full-fledged like single episode type of format.
Right.
It's called like Little Runmo. It's like a Super Mario Bros. Sort of ripoff sort of thing, but like it has an interesting approach with, with its gameplay with its animation and its story premise, if that makes sense.
Right, that makes sense.
But yeah, like it's interesting overall. Like this person, like also coincidentally was part of
right.
like
Okay.
Was with other like communities, like with VisiPop or at least are fans of these channels, like VisiPop and Zero also made a series of Looney Tunes stuff. I guess it's
right.
Same community. And then of course Kevin Temmer also is kind of now more of a head animator with Glitch Productions.
Okay.
So like the guy that did like the trash, what was it called? The trash
trash tape.
The like with NSYNC interpretation of trash bins.
Oh, okay.
Like
I know who you're talking to.
Yeah, so basically he's that person that run that channel who was running that channel, like it has been hired to do head direction of animation within their studio. So at least those several months ago.
That's pretty cool. I've seen his animation before. He's really good.
Yeah. It was pretty fun. And yeah, just from this point I'm just looking at other independent animation studios. I just thought, what can we do now with like who'll be able to make their own pilots now? Like how will we find out now?
I think
they got muted. Hello. Oh, did you mute yourself? I think you muted yourself. Let me go ahead and let's see if I can hear you again.
Okay, I don't know how I got muted. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I was like,
okay.
I was uncertain, like if it was me or like I was trying to.
No, I don't know how I got muted. It's weird.
Yeah, I was looking at your.
Oh,
like, you're muted, I think, and
yeah. But most people you have to go. You have to like dig a while if you want to find like people doing like their own animations and stuff like that. Which I mean, it's also over Newgrounds as well. So, there's always new cartoons over there.
Yeah,
that's always been like constantly being produced over there. So it's like definitely like a pretty wacky animation house over there for sure. We're getting close to the close to do some 360 commentary shit, by the way. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let me save you for a second. Yeah, there we go. 'Cause we're almost done with this page for Garf, which I met when I was over at Cosmic Comics for that convention. I met one of the animators who worked on Garfield and Friends. So I was like, oh shit,
Garfield and Friends.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so let's just go ahead and do that. I'll stream inside Discord as well, so that way you can participate. Which is you over here, boink. And we'll just go over to the research commentary zone. Oh, and and Arch is literally behind me.
Yeah.
All right. We got this going on, so I'll just grab it over here so I can commentate a little bit more for this. But I have to bring you from behind. So let me do that. Let's go to properties and fix. There we go. That's what I wanted. Case, and then we'll bring Arch from behind.
All right, how do you feel about Twitter X?
Twitter X? Oh, that's it's whatever. I feel like that Elon is just slowly trying to kill it. Is the case?
It's like, well, it's called X because we wanted to end this whole.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically gave Twitter X eyeballs, implying that it's dead.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Now we got you.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else new of news that we're familiar with.
Yeah. But yeah, since we were talking about furries earlier, now we're at the Megaplex 2022 free convention over here.
I guess speaking of that, apparently a few weeks ago, I'm not sure how long,
Yeah.
but a certain person that created Sonic Shoe was free weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
So
I heard it
they've been
bailed
released.
out.
Their case was been dismissed.
Oh no! His case has been dismissed.
Yep.
Damn it! I want
But in this-
to run jail.
But in this case, like, they came and yeah. And so technically, at least they're not allowed to be able to reach out with, his mom or whatever.
Oh, he's not
So
allowed.
at least that's good.
Yeah.
And the other part is like, which I hate the most about this sort of verdict or whatever, is because the person didn't even get charged to be a sex offender at all.
Really? I was kind of hoping that he would probably get the sex offender charge because he's like literally.
That's what I'm hoping at least.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping at least. So that way I was like, okay, like even if it's dismissed, at least have them be registered.
Right.
Because
Like,
like even
shit.
in this case, it's like, oh, there's proof. There's a whole ledge proof.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then there's this sort of within my editing videos. I'm trying to skip between discussions. So there's that one.
Yeah.
And then EDP got caught twice in the exact same situation.
Really?
You know the cupcake meme?
No, I don't know the cupcake meme.
Okay, so basically the original thing with EDP, like he was a YouTuber and then he got caught in a sting operation by people that are kind of doing the Chris Hansen situation.
Oh, okay.
Where like he's trying to meet up with somebody, but and then his excuse was like he was hoping to meet with somebody because they're having a cupcake.
Right.
He was looking for a cupcake, and that was like the whole meme of it. And then basically not too long ago, like he got caught again with, I think, Jidon. I think he's like a streamer / YouTuber. Like he kind of has this arrangement with another YouTuber that did things a little bit more professionally with the sting operation. Instead of just doing it randomly, they actually have reached the authorities in a proper procedure. And and then of course the person that was caught the first time, now is caught the second time in a similar situation. But this time, the same thing with the cupcake occurred. But in this case, like that YouTuber, Gideon, literally was wearing a cupcake outfit. Just to
that's wild.
Make fun of him. And I was just looking at this, like, that can't, you can't be this dumb.
No.
ADP. Like, why are you meeting up with people in this way? And then it just goes inside. It's like, oh, like, has these photos and evidence stuff. And I'm just like, like, I'm just, like, tired of people being this dumb. And it's a similar thing with IShowSpeed. I see him consistently making controversies at a time and making drama.
Right.
And the one that was the one that's notable was the Defiance of Freddy's thing when he was playing the game.
Oh, okay.
And let's say he was barely wearing anything.
Barely
he only
wearing
had his
anything?
boxer. Yeah, he was wearing boxers, right?
Guy's doing good.
And like, yeah, so, like on a stream, and then like he saw like, oh, Chica, I've been meaning to, he's I guess he's playing off like a horny person. And
horny bastard.
Basically he stands up and then he had a wardrobe malfunction, literally showing his meat.
Oh no!
On a stream, and people were nicknaming him like "I Show Meat" instead of "I Show Speed." And then maybe a day or so later, he tries to attempt the stream again, and then like the funniest part of that restream is when he met up with Chica again, and that I'm not sure if it's the exact same jump scare or a different situation, and then he's telling himself, knocking himself in the head. It's like, pull it together, like just focus for a moment, like you don't want to do the exact same mistake again.
Right.
And then like there's this whole situation where I'm hearing saw this recent tweet, like him literally searching up like how to literally spelunking in Cyberpunk.
Spelunking in Cyberpunk.
Literally the word, SEX, but I'm just saying spelunking. But he literally typed it in on the search while streaming, and I'm just like, you cannot. Could you just hold your boxers for a moment and then just not go in that direction? It's gonna make you look worse when you keep doing this.
Quentin says, "Oh yeah, Birdman explained that meat streaming incident on YouTube."
Yeah, and I think one of the funniest feats I saw on Twitter was like, I guess he was dancing or whatever, and he literally jumped forward to his camera and crushed, the whole probably monitor and maybe face cam thing, and like he's literally diving towards it, and like the stream disconnected, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take that clip and probably use it in the Five Nights at Freddy's edit just to be funny.
That will be pretty hilarious.
I would just add that and just have this sort of bit afterwards, because I record myself literally typing how to have sex in Cyberpunk, and it's as it was typing, he would jump, like it would be like a literal like jumps to the screen. It's like, maybe he'll probably do better or whatever, and then literally immediately start searching, and that would be the joke.
Oh shit. God, so many people in here.
Yeah, so much
People
stuff.
want to check out all these furries.
And then I heard this controversy. This will be the last thing that I've heard, at least for today.
Oh yeah.
I heard about Jacksepticeye's take.
On what?
What ruined YouTube?
What ruined? Okay, so what is Jacksepticeye's take, or Septic Eye's take on what ruined YouTube exactly?
So
Like,
he was on
this?
So I guess he was collabing with other, YouTubers or streamers, and he was doing a lie detector test, and he was asked certain questions, and then he says if he liked Mr. Beast or something like that,
Right?
and he's and then he was trying to go an honest route, similar thing with the KSI situation, like he wanted to get the points within this sort of game show thing.
Right.
And he literally says, "No, I don't like him." And it's like, "Why not?" It's like, I just don't like his sort of ethics with his way of he sees on how he makes content on YouTube.
Oh,
he feels like it's soulless. At least that's what he feels.
Yeah.
He thinks it's just him. He ruins YouTube because of certain reasons, and he says
right.
the way he sees he is passionate about gaming and other sort of content that he does, and does it does content out of love sort of thing,
right?
In comparison to somebody manufacturing videos and try to crank out videos for clickbait / do all this other stuff,
right?
And that's basically his take. It's just two people have different perspective of what YouTube is to them.
But he was more critical of Mr. Beats' ethics.
Yeah, he's more critical about Mr. Beast's sort of ethics of how YouTube is perceived and what it can be used for. So Jacksepticeye is more I'm more passionate, like to aesthetically to collab with other people, trying to make it more of a growing community, while Mr. Beast is kind of just doing it as a business, but mostly business oriented, not as a passion.
I was watching Mr. Beast yesterday when he was trying to. I did another philanthropic way of giving prosthetics to people in third world countries, whatever, in Africa or whatever. And in the video, it's him violently shaking his head and screaming at me, and I was like, "Geez, how pissed is he?" Looks like he's really pissed off. And he starts off the video really angry. Holy shit, dude. I feel I'm being definitely yelled at for no reason at all.
Wait, what happened? What did Mr.
So all right, so Mr. Beast did
yelling?
No. So basically it's a video of him trying to be I gave I saved a lot of people by giving them free prosthetics or whatever, right? But in the intro to the video, the way his facial expression and stuff like that, he's talking normally, but from his facial expression, he looks like he's so pissed, he just had an argument and he just started doing the bit, but he couldn't do it in the way he usually does, so he looks really angry at the same time while he's trying to talk about it. So the facial expression really says a lot, and it made me laugh. I was like, oh my gosh. But I find it weird that people like him who already fucking made it, and it's oh, I'm gonna do this, and it's cool. Can you do that in the United States too? I don't fucking know, man.
Well, philanthropy is a different beast of its own.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast, but it's literally it's different entity of how people try to come up with ways. It's oh, what can we help fund or help support or do all this other stuff? That's makes it an exception or what could work. for his format of content.
Yeah.
And I can understand that case. And like I said, I can understand both perspectives of why people do what they do on YouTube. Even though I could, don't have as much preference of Mr. Beast's thing in comparison to other people. But as far as, because I'm not usually as into Mr. Beast videos, but it doesn't mean like other people hate his content. Like not everyone hates it. It's just like there are people that do actually like watch it and be like, oh, this is a cool sort of structure of video editing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess a way of a personality, how they present themselves. And that's usually a thing that, like, because I also see like some of his Feastables and all that merch or food products and all that stuff like in the stores. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, he's making it big in that aspects. And similar thing whenever I see Prime from, Logan Paul and KSI collab with their brand.
Right.
And I don't know. It's just like I didn't mind a lot of people try to do some innovation with business and all that stuff, especially like if they're a small streamer or small YouTuber or streamer sort of stuff. The main thing I have a problem with them is depends on what their ethics are or their integrity is for them as people whenever they present themselves or how they convince people to like, oh, help me, help pay me for this sort of thing. And then they don't want it to feel like they're taking advantage of the audience or people that like to have this sort of thing that they could do for a living. And that's sort of thing that I wanted to do is mostly just to entertain people. And I think that's why I can see more empathy with... I see like more of empathy with Jacksepticeye, even though like, he does his own branding stuff too, like Top of the Morning, like, I don't know, like coffee and all that other stuff he makes within his brand, and Cloak collab with Markiplier with the clothing line. And people do learn and improve when it comes to how they present themselves. But I can see like a lot of people just don't know where that sort of middle ground is. Like
okay,
just it's like, oh, like they're doing a business, like that's understandable. Like they wanted to try to set out new ideas and they want to see if people would like them. And that's I can see that dilemma kind of play out of in a debate, more of a debate, and a lot of people could see like whether it's ethical or not. And I don't know, it's just I think that's why, like for my case, I just really enjoy certain YouTubers that are more smaller communities, or at least people that are not, how you say, they do it out of passion in a sense. They're not really like trying to make profits.
I see.
Like just of like, oh, like they're making like measly poor brands or products, and they're just like they're doing something very cheaply. But if they actually try to authenticate it and try to say, oh, like this is legit, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Like they're able to make something that you could actually buy and actually has been tested, and it's not like just a cheap brand sort of thing. And you're just like, okay, I can actually get this online.
Yeah.
Hello there's.
Hey, man.
Yep. Hello. So right now we're at MFF.
I got a question for you.
Watch it. So we're definitely at. So it's called Midwest Furfest Convention. So which I definitely applied to Ben that.
He can't.
Oh, hold on, let me unmute him. Okay, there you are. There's Pops.
Hey, man. Is that guy in the chat over there on your Twitch or my Twitch?
Both. Is he? I mean, it's on my Twitch too. Yeah.
No, I mean this guy right here. Did he post this on your Twitch?
Oh, that's that's a bot. That's a bot.
Yeah, I know. I know. Is it on yours?
That's on my. I think it's on my Twitch.
Okay, because I was going to tell him, hey, bot, you obviously don't know what I do, which is actually work to promote people, not just beg them for money to lie.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, it's definitely a bot that's pulling shit. It's like so it's on my.
It's hilarious because me being a promoter and building the Roku network and everything, it's like they're sending those to me, and I'm like,
oh really?
You fuckers really don't know what I do you? You know, I'm one of them people that understands that as a promoter, I cannot guarantee that somebody's going to dig into their wallet and buy your book. Yeah. The only thing I can guarantee is that I'll try to get as many eyes on it as I possibly can. That's the only thing I can guarantee. Okay? Yeah. When people start trying to get a percentage of your campaign, and then they tell you, oh man, we'll get a whole bunch of people to sign up, and they have 50 bot accounts and they just go sign up, right? And it looks like, oh my God, they're really helping us. But then when it comes to backers, none to be seen, none to be seen. It's all a scam. Don't fall into that shit. Come talk to somebody like me or Tampa on Twitter, people that actually promote other people all day, every day, and we'll tell you, we can't guarantee anything. All we can do is try. And if somebody's trying to get a percentage of your campaign, your Kickstarter, and really not doing anything, okay, look, they'll show you screenshots. Oh, look, I got this guy this many signups. No, you didn't. You were lying.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we don't like that, okay? Yeah. As somebody who's put 4 years into promoting indie comics, I get really upset when I keep seeing crap like that because I know they can't guarantee you a damn thing. Don't give them your money. Do not give them your money.
Oh, this isn't my first rodeo.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the audience.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I'm talking to the people watching that might have a campaign. Don't get caught up in that crap. Don't. Look, if you want to make a video ad and we'll play it on our shows and stuff, that'll get you more looks than those guys will.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like that's why we have all those video ads loaded into the brand on the side over there, so that we can promote indie comics. But we don't charge them people for that, haven't for 4 years. We've been doing this 4 years. We haven't charged people for that. We do it because they're cool. Now, some people have helped us. They helped us like pay for the StreamYard for the year, like our regular sponsors. And you see their logos and stuff all over our thumbnails. You see we play their ad on every show. We try to because they're the ones that made this possible. Yeah. But we also have a lot of other ads like Bronze Star. Okay, I didn't charge Mike Barron to play his ad. We play it every now and then. Doc, we don't charge Doc to play his trailer. We don't charge people to play their trailers. It's it's just part of the show. It's part of the promotion. It's part of what we do. But those guys that are in your mailbox, they're in your email box, they're in your DMs. They don't do nothing like what we do. They don't do nothing like what Tampa does out there promoting people all day, every day.
Oh yeah.
If you want to help, if you want to throw some money at people that promote, throw some money at people that actually are out there every day promoting. Help them out.
Yep.
Man, I'm so anti-scammer right now, boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I had somebody last night try to claim the audio on a show that hadn't even ended yet.
Really?
On Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
The show wasn't even over yet. Somebody was trying to claim the audio on our content.
Wow.
It's like I was disputing it during the show.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm about done with Facebook too, man. I'm telling you. Roku's the way to go, guys. Go check out our Roku campaign. I'm serious.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way to go. All right, I'm out of here. I got stuff to do
All right.
today still. You have a great day, my friend.
All right, you too.
And you too. And you too, Arts Messenger.
For sure. And
Handle him, brother. Handle him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there we go.
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, so right now we're in West Furfest Convention Center, which I definitely applied for whatsoever. I think this is over in Chicago, I think. But I've been debating on purchasing a 360 camera to do some walkthroughs, so that way I can do some. I'll upload on the Hyde Hermit Studio YouTube page and commentate on it.
Yeah.
Yep. That'll be pretty fun. I think this is the. Oh wow, it's huge, huge. Look at this. Look at this line. They're all waiting to go to jail. Did you like my zombie flash mob for Laura's campaign? Yeah, it was really cool. I definitely liked it. It's pretty fun, actually. Facebook is always being a dong. Ain't that right, my furry friend? Yes, Facebook is definitely a dong.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've left out.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Jacksepticeye's take on shit.
But I think I think I'm done with that discussion. But at
Yeah.
least, yeah, that one took a while, but yeah, like that. As far as I know, I just understood the distinction between the two.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Let me check. Let me check.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, got some fancy cards here. I think, what up, guy? Need to see your passport, your free passport.
Yeah, so I heard One Piece, the live action.
Ooh.
I might start watching that.
Yeah.
I heard that one was good.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about live action One Piece. Kuya said it was really good. My best friend said it was really good, and PB said it was really good too.
Yeah. Yeah, I just heard it's pretty decent. I'm just like, you know what? I'll go ahead and watch that and consider it as a decent recap, and then I'll just because I've heard like they're condensing it a little bit more, like to kind of catch up a bit more and not have to do filler as much.
Right.
So that made me think, I'll go ahead and watch the live action one since it's also greenlighted for second season. So
that's great. That's great.
Yeah, so I can go ahead and be like, oh, I'll go ahead and watch the season. And since knowing that it's in good hands, especially with the creator, at least has been, considered to actually provide feedback and all that stuff rather than just be like, oh, Cowboy Bebop, we'll just do our own take.
Yeah, no, it definitely ruined Cowboy Bebop, sure. And it's like this sucks. I've been hearing a lot of good things for live action One Piece, for sure.
Yeah, when it comes to the One Piece one, at least they actually reached out.
We're gonna steal this card.
And they're like, we want to actually make this show good.
100%. That's 100%. All right, looks like we're at the end of the show here for a second. So let's just go ahead and go back into the talk intro here. All right, cool. So anyway, Hey, thanks everyone for stopping by here at Hyde Hermit Studio, and especially on the Madness Network time as well. We get to go to on Kickstarter because the at the Madness Network or MadnessRokuNetwork.com is the case to support Kickstarter to get us on the Roku network and stuff like that. And we're also going to be at, once again, coming up on the 22nd through the 24th, we're going to be in Portland, Oregon for Rose City Comic Con. So if you happen to be there, check out our new wares and all that jazz. So we're gonna be back again around 7 from our long form stream. So I'd like to thank you, Arch, for being here on the earlier form of Hyde Hermit Studio. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and put on comic books for kids here. I can find you. There you are. Thank you.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers. Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.